Hello,
Hello,
I'm Nino,
and I'm Brigitta.
and today we welcome you to Sicily, to our farm. It's first week of October, and what are you gonna see now? Literally everything we've been doing in the garden in the last month.
In a month, yeah.
Yeah, we will show you all the crops that we've been planting and the way we cultivate our land. So you're gonna have like a kind of a big like view of everything we do and the way we do, and hopefully you will like it. What do you think? They will?
Yeah, I think we should. Our farm is a bit different. You will see lots of nets, and we will explain you why. Some raised beds as well. You will see how diverse, and it's quite small, but that's
Full of potential.
full of potential. We're still expanding, but that's our little farm, and that's what we are making living from.
Yeah. By the way, it's still drought season, so the drought is still occurring in Sicily. So what you see is what we could have done so far, with difficulties of water, absolutely the absence of rain. Our farm, as many times we mentioned, is full organic. We follow the steps of a biogenerative farming. We still don't have enough animals, apart a couple of chickens now, but we're planning to get even more. But we've been having chickens which have been fertilized our soil. So we kind of have an approach: 50% no dig, 50% dig, because we plant on soil. Here we have a clay soil which is quite hard, so we try to disturb as less as possible the soil, but after the summer usually in here we gotta do it. So today, example, we're gonna show you here where we plant our beetroot, where we seeded our beetroot, and as you can see here, this is the clay soil that we have. That slowly is getting, literally it's transforming compared with 4 years ago when it was literally a stone. So in here we put water system, and we seeded the three variety of beetroot. So we have the red round one, also called I think Detroit. Then we have the yellow beetroot and the long beetroot in there. So this one is a second crop of beetroot. Then we will show you later where are the first one. And behind me we have a variety of onion which many people like it. It's the spring onion, and this one is the white variety. Will be ready soon. They've been planted on the 15th of August, and soon we will enjoy it. We have a water system attached, and I guess you're noticing now it's in raised beds. We showed you in past the way we do the beds here. We have beds made of tuff, a natural material, which in the future is actually sustainable, and that's because our soil is clay. At the beginning we couldn't really work on the soil. Approximately we will need probably another couple of years to fully transform the soil where we're walking on, and then we can literally work and plant everything on soil.
So probably you can see that we have olive trees around us. We have around 100 olive trees, and most of them are actually quite new. They are like around 20 years old.
Yeah, like the one behind us.
Yeah, so his dad planted these 20 years ago. He was looking after them, and now it's our turn to look after them. Unfortunately, this year we don't have many olives, and most likely we're not gonna have much oil even for our family,
Well,
because of the drought, obviously.
well, for who doesn't know, I mean, drought of course it plays a big role, but the olive production works 1 year yes, 1 year no. So unfortunately, plus the drought this year is also the down here as well. So we won't have a much crop, but we will have a much more next year. So
Yeah, so probably next week at the mill of the olives, how do you call mill?
the molitude, like the press,
Yeah, the press
it will
of
be open,
olive oils
and
is
we
open.
might start harvesting.
Yeah, because olives are getting dark, and they are starting to fall down this year, so we need to save as much as we can.
Yeah, olive trees, but we also plant lots of trees. One of them many of them are literally citrus tree. So we have here the little orange that this year is gonna produce for us the first orange probably. You can see this one. It's the variety of blood orange, which grows historically in Sicily, and it's one of my favorite one. And here behind me, the favorite obligata.
It's mine.
Well, it's the mandarin. I mean, all the fruits are her favorite.
I don't know if you can see, there are these tiny fruits, and they should be ready around March. So as soon as the fruit falls off, they start to produce little flowers. So it takes like 1 year to grow these little mandarins, but they are amazing.
Yeah, this one is a special variety which grows only in Sicily. It's called Tardivo di Ciaculli. It's one of the ancient like citrus or mandarin or whatever. And we are so happy actually to have it. So when all the mandarin literally finished, there is still one kind which is still growing. Is the Tardivo di Ciaculli.
Yeah, and it's part of a slow food.
Yeah.
This one, because as you know, slow food, it's like kind of tries to promote native plants, and we are trying to implement few of the native plants in our farm.
Yeah, later on you'll see that we planted few others of the same variety. Try to get into also the kind of communities called the slow food one.
Yeah.
It's a plan for future. Today you will see also like it's also planned for future. So let's go forward. We're gonna show you something else.
So this area is where we have arches. These arches were built for tomatoes in the summer to climb up, but now tomatoes are gone and there are new crops in here.
Look at what we have. Our carefully endive. We actually of these we harvested lots. I mean, that's one of the favorite vegetables here around in Sicily, well, especially in our area. People really like it, even because we grow it very, very good. I mean, look at that. I mean,
it's still small, the size of that. But when we grow, it's like this. It's triple what we sell in the shop.
Yeah.
And even if it doesn't grow, it grows too small. We give 2 of them. So people are very happy with our produce, and
yeah, they say it's a good value for money, and
Yeah.
also, I mean, it's very healthy.
it's tasty. It's bitter. You need to get used to the flavor of it. I didn't like at the beginning, but I'm starting to get used to these bitter flavors that Sicilians actually like a lot.
Yeah, we like bitter flavor. By the way, this one, consider the one they sell in the shop, is actually quite sweet. Many people
Yeah, less bitter.
tell us like, oh, it's a sweet. Of course, still in the bitter side, but sweet. So
And we have like a
succession.
succession. The older one is almost getting ready, and here we planted. When did we plant?
This one, 20 days after.
Yeah, and then we have a next one down there. So
We kind of plant like between 50 and 100 every 20 days.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like one bed is gone in like 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, in twice we go out to sell.
Yeah.
actually.
So in 1 week in 2 towns.
Yeah, and then the rest, which is left over, sometimes it goes to chicken as well. So,
Yeah, or to family or us.
or to family of us as well. So continuing, we also grow. I mean, we told you we grow a big variety of vegetables during winter. We're actually so proud of it. And like here, I want to show you the two variety that are very, very nice. So on this side we have the most important variety, which it's very known in Rome, but we cultivate it here in Sicily. It's the chicory. So chicory is one of the most popular vegetables in Rome. The way we grow is that we grow with a very short distancing, and this variety actually we can pick the leaf, collect, do like a batch, and in a very short time regrow again. So like this, we don't have much time to wait when we transplant and everything. So it's like a continuous harvest all autumn and winter. This one usually lasts even 6 or 7 months. And I'll tell you what, when we took it off, the one of last year, During the summer it was still growing, so we couldn't literally avoid it. And it's a very good variety. We let the people know this year of this variety, and the feedback has been very, very good. It's actually very, very nice, even when it's raw.
But it's probably one of the bitterest.
Yeah, it's a bitterest, but it's rich of fiber and helps a lot to the digestive system. Yep. I said, hear the crunch. Freshness. On this side, we have something that I'm sure you know that as well, and it's the chard. We only grow the red chard because the characteristic of it are the one. It's our favorite, literally. It's a strong, reliable plant, and this one as well. It can last like 7 months. We keep taking leaves and it grows. This one is the last one that we transplanted. We need probably another 3 weeks to achieve the size of the first we planted that we will show you later.
We forgot to mention why we have nets.
Oh yeah.
The nets are actually to prevent pigeons. We seen yesterday maybe 30 not far from us, and we are really scared that we might be coming here, but hopefully this should save. We have quite a few pigeons that look when we go away for lunch, and then we come and try to demolish our garden. We enjoy. So these nets, they prevent pigeons and white cabbage butterfly and some other insects. Not that much insects, but they are helpful. So here we are growing our winter lettuce. It's called, what is it called?
Cappuccio.
Cappuccio.
Yep.
It means like a...
It's like an iceberg lettuce, but much more tender.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's like leaves are very soft. It's quite fragile. In the summer we have a different called canasta, which is a bit more on the bitter side and more crunchy. But this one is fantastic. Everybody loves it.
So mentioning the pigeon, of course, I mean we have to show our human side, humanity inside. Pigeon, of course, in this time of the year are starving, and of course they see this beautiful garden and they would like to make a big
Party.
So you think about Mother Nature, even if pigeon is not the best one, but we planted example this one. This one is a straight endive. It's a same family of the curly one. It's just a slightly different in flavor. Apparently pigeon knows as well, because we've been planting the curly one and this one, and straight away they went to eat this. This one we stopped watering and I left it here to feed pigeons so they can eat this and live in peace the rest of the garden. In fact, you can see most of the leaves are eaten by them. But I'm leaving until I can. So usually they stop eating the garden when the rain starts and the other grass is growing. So we need to wait another bit and then I'll take it off.
And there is a bit of evidence I can see.
Yeah.
That's a pigeon feather.
That's a crime evidence.
So when we are planting our crops, we try to spread them out around, because this way we kind of diminish the problem that something might attack one crop in one area and then attack the one next to it. So if we spread, we feel like it has a better survival. And so, for example, you've seen there where we planted a Swiss chard, lettuce and chicory. So these beds are kind of repetitive. It's like, again, we have lettuce, Swiss chard and chicory. So it's kind of like goes from one bed to another, and obviously depends which bed we finish earlier. So we finished peppers, okay, so let's plant this. We finished this, let's plant that. But that's why it's spread as well.
Every winter garden has few veggies which are a must. By the way, if you ask yourself what's that tree there behind you, you remember in previous episode, this is the one we cut because it has disease. It's regrowing. At the moment we're observing it. By the way, we have here two must of the cabbage family. Down here, I'm sure you recognize, we have our Cavolo Nero. We tried to plant it 3 years ago. has been a success, and we planted even more every year. This year probably we achieved the highest number of plants planted. I think we're almost like 500 of them, which for the neighborhood that we serve is quite a lot. And at the moment it's going well, and hopefully will continue. And here in these long nets that you see, it's full of broccoletti. So it's a variety. Well, I don't know if it's the same that most of the people have everywhere in the world, but this one literally does the big head, cut it, and then it starts doing all the sprouting, which we collect are even better actually than the big head. So we have more than 100 plants in here, which they will produce quite a lot. At the moment they are small, probably you might not see that well. I'll show you the last one we planted. And usually they get ready like in November, almost at the end of it. And so far they're growing well actually.
Brassicas are our best sellers, and we try to introduce many new varieties. And we've been trying to grow curly kale for quite a while, probably 2 years in a row, but we didn't succeed so far. But this year it's looking very promising. We have 6 lines, quite long, covered with nets again, and it's looking very good. Some parts are not looking that good, but most of them are growing nicely, and we started to harvest already, and batches are quite nice and big. People really don't know kale here, and we are starting to sell this week probably first 6-7 batches, and we will see what's the feedback. But we like it, and we know people like greens here, so probably they will love it as well.
So what you've seen so far is the first part, just one area of our garden. So we're gonna now take you through the middle and the second part.
And the end.
In the end.
We have quite a few
Well,
parts.
and then the rest as well.
Yeah, so this one is like a tufo area, kind of the most looked after area, our favorite probably.
It's the one closest to our home as well.
Yeah, because we always come like through the gate and it's always here.
No,
so.
it's the one which has the biggest production, let's say, the more variety. It's the one where we harvest the most, and but it's actually the latest which just been done, so it's the nicest. So this area here is the area where we keep all our tools. As you can see, it's all manual tools, plus our expensive one, the cultivator. And we try to keep everything nice and tidy to be more organized. Here behind me, we have our washing area. But I'll show you closely. So, when we harvest the crop, we have the baskets recycled, took it from the supermarket. Usually they waste it, but we take it and we use it. This one example has probably 3 years. It's still working. It's plastic. And so what we do, we take the veggies, we place it on top of here. Then we have our washing area. Inside here, there is a bath. So we wash the veggies, we recollect the water we use to water our trees around, which we're going to show you. Example, we have our caruba tree, which only gets this water. It's growing, in fact, very, very well. We have a structure where we place all our washed veggies ready to be delivered.
I don't think many people know about this tree. This tree is called carubo tree, and it produces little kind of pods with the beans inside, and inside the pod there is this nice kind of caramel, and you can open and suck it out, and it has like a almost like caramel flavor. It's very unique. I never seen this carubo tree or tasted carubo sweetness before, and actually it's becoming kind of it might become a solution in the future because cocoa production is going down. We have many troubles, and people are talking of planting more carubo trees to kind of substitute cocoa and make another wonderful sweet out of it. So we will see what happens, but we planted it 3 years ago. It's still quite small. Hopefully in a couple of years it will grow much bigger and it will start producing. I'm really excited. You know, I like sweet things, I like fruits, and I like unique things. So probably we will plant a couple more because it's a very unique thing and it's Sicilian. That's our middle part, second part of a vegetable garden. As you can see behind me, it's a chicken coop that we started. It was probably one of our first projects to create chicken coop for chickens. We have a few chickens, and at some point this chicken coop will become my husband's workshop, most likely, because he always wants a space to create his project, and we are planning to make another chicken coop. He will talk about it later on. There is a rain collection barrel kinda for watering a couple of trees around, the little ones, and obviously we have more of olive trees around, and we have another new crop that we are growing this year. It's kale as well, but it's a purple one, and it's kind of very interesting because of the color, and obviously purple color says that it has more antioxidants, so we hope people gonna love this crop as well. We planted quite a bit and it's not growing as fast as the other one, but it's looking very promising, and we hope our clients will love it as well. And now we're gonna go to a bit more forward to see the fennel. It's another big seller for us.
So this is our pride. If you don't know what it is, this one is a cypress from Tuscany. It's the first tree we planted when we moved here. It was tall like that, and now look how big is it. We plan to plant more of these because it's a quite nice tree, and many birds literally make a nest inside. Where you see those branches open is because birds have been trying to see if they can make a nest. And for us it's nice. We would like to welcome the falcon somewhere here, so we try to create the condition for it, and it's my favorite tree. So it's not always easy to have olive trees in a garden, even because they require lots of space. Almost falling. And space for themselves, and they require also space at the ground when we collect it. But by the way, this year, because we don't have much olives, we planted everything even like a nearby the tree. And here we have a Sicilian favorite, fennel. We try to plant as many as possible, and believe me, for Sicilians are never enough. Never enough. And here we have like 5 rows, and there are, how many away? 350 single fennel.
Yeah,
I think. And we planted more that we will show you later on, and we're planning to plant more somewhere else as soon as something else move or dies. And so far they are growing well. It has been already 1 month in soil, and the result is quite good. At the moment they're a little bit down because you might not realize, but today is actually quite windy, so they all bended for the wind. Usually in the evening when it gets cool, they get nice and up.
so we're leaving our fennels and we're coming to see another tree that we planted a couple of years ago. It's called mimosa. Mimosa has these unique flowers and it's blossoming around March, April, and the flowers are bright yellow color, and usually males gift it to females on a Women's Day. And I got some as well from my husband this year because it was blooming this year, this wonderful tree, and it's growing rather fast. So it was like this way, this tall probably when we planted, and after almost 2 years. By the way, as you know, Italians consume lots of coffee, and my husband always finds the sources of coffee, and he brings all this bag to compost.
This one here is our third area. There's still more. This is where we started 4 years ago. In fact, as you can see, all the raised beds, they are made of wood, which we forecasted to be this one the last year of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we're planning to change this area and do the tooth as well. Maybe.
Because we check that the soil has been transformed. So, or we do with tooth, or we plant it straight away on soil.
On the soil, yeah.
Yeah.
Just do long lines.
Yeah, even because it's a bigger area, it can produce quite a lot. It already does, and you'll see.
So the other point of this area, it's a greenhouse. Well, what started as a greenhouse, it's now a storage. Because,
luckily, we have a storage.
Yeah, it's kind of storage where we put all the bits that otherwise would be somewhere around the garden. And as we weren't able to grow things ourselves as fast as garden needed, we have now nursery that we bring seeds and they grow it for us.
Yeah,
and
it's nearby.
So it was much more convenient for us. So this is now a storage greenhouse.
Yeah. So that you can see is the greenhouse, which used to be a greenhouse. So it's all made of recycled material, and me and my dad, we built it. So the structure was an old gazebo of my brother, which we use as a structure that now you can't see. Then we frame everything with wood, and we recycled the metal sheet for covering the bottom. The only part that we bought it is the plastic, which we didn't buy nylon because it won't last that long, and to create like the garden house effect, like the warmth and everything, this one was much better and much more long lasting. And now, so we don't use anymore because we couldn't produce enough for our to sustain our garden, saying the same speed. Next to it we have what is our what is called in English? The lombrichi, earthworms. You know,
earthworms,
the red
yeah.
one, red Californian. I can't remember the name. Which we feed with kitchen waste. And at the moment we don't think there is many of them alive
After dry summer.
after dry summer, but we will scoop it out to move it somewhere else, even because we use it constantly in the garden, so we prefer produce ourselves. So moving on this area here, we still have our two members of the cabbage family, the kohlrabi. So we have the purple one and the green one. Strange enough, they've been planted the same day, but the purple one is still not big enough. As you can see, it's still very small. We have a few ants as well, because in the garden here they're thriving, the ants. And the green one is actually growing much better. We'll show you one of the big one. Look at here. I don't know if you can see. It's actually quite big. Probably 3-4 weeks they'll be ready to sell, but they are bigger as well. And they're growing very, very nice. And we also have a beetroot. My wife, another one, my wife's favorite.
What is not my favorite?
I don't know, is everything your favorite? So the beetroot, they are making a very, very long leaves. So I mean, look at that. Long stem. But the leaves are looking good. So far, probably they are big like a ping pong ball, or even smaller than that. Last time we harvested, when it was December, I think, when we planted this time.
Oh, we had some in the springtime as well.
But yeah, the one that we planted after, like, yeah, usually, I mean, they get ready about like nearby Christmas. Let's say.
Around Christmas time.
I really love the leaves, are very nice. I like to eat the leaves, and this one is actually salty today. You want to try it? It's actually salty.
Ah, it's not salty, it's like acid a bit.
Oh yeah, it's just nice, man. I
Small.
like our garden is nice because we can eat everything straight away like this.
It's been covered as well, so we just uncovered it.
Yeah, we uncovered it because I mean, the net was literally useless at this point. Because
Yeah,
we
everything
grew so
was
much,
liquid.
and the side they were all uncovered. So I said, okay, I'll let you breathe a little bit more, get more sunshade and sunlight. So I'll take it off the net. But come here, show you more. So in here, this is the land of charred land. We plant so many, it's not enough, believe me, because the demand it's very very high. This one has been already harvested twice in the last 2 weeks, so
Yeah,
they grow very fast.
We had one day selling just chard. It was we had a full car, and they are growing back quite fast again. It's a favorite of our customers.
Hang on, I gotta show you the biggest leaf you will. Well, for us it's big. I'm pretty sure you've been seeing much bigger than that. But for us it's like wow.
Because this chard I think is called rhubarb chard.
Rhubarb chard, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why it has these like massive leaves. It does look like rhubarb.
I mean, look at that. You can even use as a when it's hot. But it's massive, and look at that. It's actually a beautiful leaves. I mean, it does all the
Veins.
veins. It's beautiful, and hear about it. Crunchy. It's really like a rhubarb. This one right now, actually, yes, the same consistency of celery. Try Birgitta. Feels like. Then you have a taste of chard.
Now it tastes like tasteless rhubarb.
Okay. Well, that's what happened. I say celery, she says rhubarb.
It's
but
rhubarb.
chard. Well, of course, I mean we keep it for us. I'm not gonna waste one leaf. So, chard land, lots of it. More spring onion, the white one, and more beetroot, because beetroot is never enough. Moving on the side, we have a couple of things which are very very nice. More lettuce, the same cappuccio variety, of course covered with a net, and more lettuce. I wanted to try to plant lettuce on soil without net. Strange enough, the pigeons, they haven't been eating it, so we are lucky.
Yeah.
We plant 100 of them, and they're good. And next to it, which you know seeing very well, there is more of a curly endive. These are the piece of area, let's say. This one will be for succession. So in a couple of weeks, we'll plant more lettuce over here and more endive over there. And then the last 3 rows, there will be chard again, because the demand is very high. So chard is literally, it's absolutely the best seller that we have. Everybody here loves chard in every kind of form, and we need to have enough for everybody every week. So we planted to plant more. Now I'll show you one of the new stuff that we planted this year. By the way, here, spring onion, red one. The size is different because they've been planting in 2 weeks of distance. So this one 4 weeks ago, this one 2 weeks ago. They start now changing the color, so that means the roots, they've been gripping on soil, they start sucking nutrients, and so far they're looking good. And yeah, this one I'm gonna try for you in live.
I want one too.
So this one is called mustard frills. Now in Italian, if we translate, I think people will laugh about it because they are called it fronzoli, which sounds funny. So if you don't know, is a variety which grows like no taller than 30 centimeters. It does all these leaves, which they have the same flavor of mustard. So in theory, they should be spicy as well. So I'll try today because it's nice. Yeah, one for you, ladies first. Oh, default.
I found it. It's less spicy.
You feeling later? Keep chewing, I will say.
Mine is not too spicy.
It's not spicy as much as it was at the beginning.
I think we were saying the bigger leaves gets, the spicier it gets. So
No, you feel it. Oh,
I
the
don't.
tongue. It's more in the stem, actually, than the leaf. You feel a bit if you keep it in the tongue.
Nope.
But maybe your tolerance is way too high. I feel it. It's not strong as much as it was when it was young, but I believe there must be a trick. It must be probably like a radish. The less you water,
Yeah.
the spicier it gets. But at the moment in this time, like now, we can't really stop watering it or it will die. So we need to wait a fresher temperature to stop watering and make it more spicy, I guess. So yeah, we have the other crop where we planted more than 300 plants of kale.
Yeah.
So we have literally all the leftover we had is like, what we're gonna do? We have a work for like another 300 plants. Let's plant all of it. So we did a big row of 4 rows inside, and it's growing well actually.
Like half of it is green, half of it, more than half of it, is purple. It's looking good, I have to say.
Yeah, this one will bring a lot of like catching. Customer will love it, I'm sure, because if they love what we love, they will love. So now we're moving. So where we're going? So we're going to the 4th area. The 4th area of our garden, it's an area which at the moment we're still exploring. We have a project for it. So we installed the water system in here. You can see this big snake here. And under the gelso tree, so the mulberry, we have the first area where we planted stuff. So in here, very little, we planted more fennel. In here there is more than 500 plants of fennel. So we'll in succession, when the first one will finish, this one will start. So in theory like this we can have a fennel until February. Then after that, I mean, the people don't really like fennel anymore. And here we still have an area which is empty, which we've been more than 6 months ago. We've been fertilized with
Chicken poop.
And so we've been let it like to rest. You know, no nitrogen's too much, blah blah blah. So sometimes we just work it, because this was actually the first time we work this soil and we plant something in here. Last time, oh no, actually the first time in here we planted the pomodoro, the secco leonese variety, and in fact you can see there is so much hay. Then because it got so dry and hard, I used the cultivator, I tractored it, and then did the line to plant the fennel. So far it's doing well. Dripping system done, watered the day before yesterday, and still humid.
Just wanted to show you olive tree. And olives are getting dark, and actually quite a few are on the floor already. So we started to fall. We definitely need to harvest them as soon as possible. We finishing fennel area and we're going to the latest area that we are like trying to work on as well. And we've been planting quite a few trees. It's been abandoned during the summer, this area. We just trying to water a few trees that we planted. Most of it is citrus trees, and they've been attacked by aphids quite a lot this year. You can see these curly leaves. I tried to wash and do like a soap spray, but it didn't help much. And so we left them to be like that, trying to see what's happening. And I don't know what's this. The edges look like something new is attacking it. But yeah, this is our citrus area. We have quite a few different citruses, oranges, like lemon down there, and mandarins. So they didn't grow that much this year yet, because obviously of the drought.
This area behind me, where we planted those trees, it's our new project. So the project consists in enrich the soil in this area, which hasn't been used from us yet. How do we know that the soil is poor? We've been doing lots of research, and we've been observing it for the last 3 years in this land. We knew that wasn't that great already, but whoever something like certain where to base our new project. So we observed and we realized that all it has is pioneer grass. This kind of grass, I have no idea what it's called in English. In Italian we call it gramigna. So it's a grass which,
infestant grass.
It's an infestant which has well, I can't pull like not even one root. So literally the root, it grows under and infest everything. It's a pioneer which in theory created the condition for other grass to grow, but in a years. Well, now it's been 4 years, I don't see much of a difference leaving the soil like this. So we decided to do something really ingenious. Hopefully it will work. So now we're talking about it. So we decided to wait the rain. What we're gonna do is I will tractor it a bit. I will seed every kind of seed I can find. So it will be lettuce, chicory, especially chicory, and other grass, flowers, and everything to create a kind of a food area. Then we will fence it, build a chicken coop, and put 100 chickens inside here. So what we want to do is, first of all, produce eggs for our community, good eggs, which they will feed themselves with what grows on the land, and at the same time nourish the soil here with the poop, which is rich in nitrogen. So the plan is to leave the chickens here for 2 years, but not just in this area. So we're planning also to open another area, so and do like 1 week in this area, 1 week in the other area, so rotation, so they can feed themselves. They're very low cost for us and produce high quality eggs.
So you see in our vegetable garden, the area we've been working on, but we have more land. Probably you've seen in the previous videos that we have more olives and area which like hasn't been touched.
Yep.
So like here we have our old ancient olives.
Yep, all of those, they have about 100 years. 1 or 2 of them even more than 100 years, like this one. This one we have, it must have definitely more than 100 years.
Yeah, so we have quite a few of these ancient olives, and
the extension of land is quite big. I mean, but this one we don't really use as a farmland, but just to grow the olives. The future is, this one is also an area where the chickens gonna go to fertilize more, because also here we have lots of like a pioneer grass, and it's actually a very big area which we will fence it as well. It's partially fenced, in the perimeter, but we will fence it even more for safety, because sometimes we see foxes, but we plan also to put one of our dogs in here to guard them.
We'll see about that.
No, they will.
So basically, probably you realized that our land is very weirdly shaped and we cannot do many things because our garden looks like that. Now we're going up the hill, it's like L shape, and now we're gonna show you the last part that goes downhill and it becomes like a U letter.
Yeah.
So that's
Down there.
the other part. and we have a neighbor. That is a neighbor's land, the little road. So our land is a bit weird, but
it's definitely not a square, not a rectangular one. He has more like a kind of U shape in total. Not really. It's weird. I mean, it's most of the parts are like tight and long, and like this one. This one is long, 150 meters.
yeah, we have lots of
wide, 30 meters. Yeah, about 30 in the widest part. The down part is probably 25.
So as we mentioned, that's a future area for our food forest to plant more trees that produce some kind of fruit.
Yeah. We also, we would like to do something in here. The
Yeah.
future is we would like to have a few sheep. So we're looking up to the little sheep from France.
Yeah, but it's like, as everything sometimes can be quite difficult to find in Sicily, and
So,
you need a sheep with paperwork, let's say, to keep it on your farm legally.
Yeah.
So we will see if we can find anything like this.
so what we want to do literally is that now that with the garden we are established, start to look after the rest of the land.
Yeah.
Which we in the last 4 years we gained lots of experience, and now we can actually do it. So food forest,
To produce some fruit
produce
as well.
fruit and also like some money to reinvest it and use it for Mother Nature. A food forest is good to have it for oxygen, for biodiversity, for animals, and we want to increase the number of animals in a farm. So we would like to become what back in the days used to be the center of community, the farm. And in our area there's nothing like this, so we're really excited about it, and it's nice because we also like to share our life, our project with all of you. In the last few months you've been very close to us with your comment and your encouragement and your support.
Yeah.
Say sorry by the way for the wind, because it's
I'm not
windy
sure
today.
about the quality of the video.
It's windy.
Hopefully one day we're gonna buy microphones and quality will improve. For now, it is what it is. Windy day in Sicily. And we just wanted to thank everybody, especially our Patreons that have been helping us to water our garden. You don't know how much you're helping us.
A lot.
Yeah, because we still need to buy water weekly, and it's been a great support. And everybody watching our videos, thank you. You guys are amazing with your support, comments, and it gives us courage. It gives us like a hope to continue this journey.
Yeah. We hope you liked our farm tour. We hope you like our farm. So thanks for watching,
And we'll see you next week.
bye.
Ciao!